Well, here we are with the living room, fish room boat tank. The four big angels right there in front are now matched up with four smaller black angels that were a really good buy over at Hidden Reef. A really fine tropical fish store over in Bensalem, Pennsylvania, just north of Philadelphia, just over the bridge here from New Jersey where I live. They had an interesting sale the other day on their freshwater tropical fish. Buy three, get one free. And so needless to say, I got a bunch of different fish in multiples of four, not the least of which was the small black angels, which I hope we can see here, two of them at least right in the center. Really nice and not a bad price. I mean, I think they were $4.99 a piece. And so with that kind of discount, it came out even less. And beautiful black fish, very nicely formed, great finnage, as you can see here. And they're doing very well with their larger neighbors that have grown up over time. As you can see, the finnage on these is just gorgeous. Couldn't be more pleased. Including the calico one over here. Where's the calico one there? Not as great a long fin, but still a beautiful fish. Also, you see some black-legged platies there, and also they had some young red tuxedo swords. And again, for that sale price, I ended up getting 8 of them and spreading them out across the 3 tanks here. Very young, but vibrant, and adding some nice color to this tank. Also was able to plan my trip to shortly after they got their latest plant order in. And so you see some of the new acquisitions there of plants. Amazon sword, and then that one in front there with the reddish leaves. Not sure what it's called. And then over in the other corner, they had some really nice, again, I'm not too good with the formal names of these plants. I'm going for color and shape of leaves and so forth. But this has got a great big bulb to it. And it's a leaves that grow quickly to the top of the tank, like a lily pad almost. And they were just $2.98 for what were really a large bulb. I'm going to say, the size of a what? A small lemon? Small lemon, not big lemon, but small lemon. And a lot of leaves to them. So I got 2 of those, put one in each tank. And you can see the coloration now as more of the red platies. Got 8 of those, and those swordtails are starting to come out in the background here along with the tetras that have been there so long. Again, I really do love this tank because I sit here in my lounge chair and can flip around between this one and the corner boat tank now that I talk about it. The other thing that I always like to have is some bettas, and my frustration is I don't have enough tanks to have as many bettas as I'd like, and so it's a new red one. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. The Hidden Reef always has a large selection of male bettas, and they're usually $2.99, which is a very great price, and a lot of colorations to choose from, and you certainly can get a sense of the variety even in this small community tank. And like I say, I really like the tuxedo swords. They're young, but they're nice and healthy. And I was able to put a pair in each of the 3 tanks at least. And this tank has more of them. I'm surprised that they're picking on the larger fish for some reason or other. And like I say, you can see the nice shape on these black angels that were such a great price. And like you say, you couldn't buy 3, you had to get the free one too. Anyway, that's the bow tank update. Some new plants, a couple new fish. Because so many have asked, an update on my surgical recovery. Going very well, thank you. The scar I mentioned last week, I actually measured. It's only about 9 inches long. They took the staples out this week, and it's on the healing side. So a couple more weeks, we're totally back to normal. We're out driving, getting around just fine. And so thank you for your concern, your prayers. Really appreciate it. And like I said before, having a hobby like this really allows you to sit back and just relax and recover from something like that with some entertainment. And so it's great medicine, don't you think? And back over here in the other corner, we have the, as I call it, the pie-shaped bow tank that I really have come to enjoy. This is a 64-gallon, I believe it is, and along with the many neon tetras, which are still doing very well. We actually have counted 3 of those baby catfish that I mentioned last time. I doubt if we'll catch any on film here today, but there's a lot more platy babies than there have been, and they're growing up nicely. And so they're often down here in the corner. I don't know if we'll capture any here or not, but I still can't get over how well the neons are doing. Of course, there's a couple Platyvariatus tuxedos that are chasing each other. Something new along with the pearl gouramis that continue to do so well. Over at the Hidden Reef, I picked up 4, of course, of the dwarf gouramis. And I thought I was asking for 2 males and 2 females, the red ones being males and the blue ones being females. But the fish handler there was very knowledgeable and said, I really can't sex them for you. I said, all right, all I want is 2 blue ones and 2 red ones. And that's what I was trying to do. And so they really came out rather nice. Let's see if I can capture some for you. There's one of the red dwarf gouramis. And there's one of the blue ones. Aren't they beautiful? Again, that plant that I mentioned in the other bow tank, again, the bulb is totally buried here. I don't know if that's the right way to do it or not, but it was a rather healthy, large plant for only $2.99. And this time of year, it's tough to get plants, as you may know. But I think that's the only new plant in this particular tank, which is pretty well overgrown now, and the fish seem to be doing very well in it. You see one of those what am I looking for? See one of those swordtails that I said I moved around in a different tank. Here's one of the blue ones. Love that color, isn't that sharp? Don't mean to make you dizzy here, just trying to capture it in the light. There's a swordtail in the background there. Love swordtails. Don't know why they've been hard to find in recent years, and all of a sudden more recently I've been able to find them. So when I saw a tank full of the fish supply wasn't as great as it usually is, but these two tanks of platies, the black wagtail red platy and the tuxedo red swords, were just heavily populated and all looked very young and healthy, so I couldn't resist. The other thing that continues to do very well here, as I said, are the neons. And so I do feed them baby brine shrimp, frozen type, once or twice a week, which they tend to fill up on very nicely. And then, of course, the black mollies are growing nicely, and a couple of baby black mollies in here. These are all black mollies from that original pair in the office tank, and they seem to be doing very well right now. So I've got a good dozen or more of them in there. They give nice black contrast to some of the other colorations. And we have one loach down here. You won't be able to see him too well, but that loach, we bought two of them. This is the Aquarium Center in Blackwood, New Jersey, which is another very fine store. In fact, I'm thinking next time Ray and I go out, maybe we'll ask the owners if they would mind if we did some videotaping at their stores. Because the other day I was trying to find a place that Ray and I could go around, something different. So I was doing some searching on the internet, and there's not a whole lot in the Jersey area that are worth traveling to. And then I came to really appreciate the fact that we focus on, let's see, three main large stores. Tropicarium down in Ocean, New Jersey, the Aquarium Center in Blackwood, New Jersey, and again the Hidden Reef just across the bridge in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. And then there's another small place over there that's so close it's always worth stopping by, called the Fish Factory. Very, very different. It's doesn't have a whole large amount of tanks, but sometimes there's good deals there. So as long as we're passing there, we may stop in there. But those three really give you a good variety. They all carry a nice supply of plants, which is unusual. And they also have sometimes opportunities in terms of pricing on the fish. They tend to be on the high side, but if you shop accordingly. Very disappointed in the chains, Petco and PetSmart. Used to do a lot of PetSmart locally here because they would have sales, and we consistently, for several years, were able to buy popular community fish for $1 a piece instead of $2.99 or something stupid like that. And I hate doing that because I'd rather patronize the small private-owned store. But at that price, you know, you can buy half a dozen of fish for the price of 2 fish. And so more recently they've changed their pricing policy, and they don't have those kind of sales anymore, which is surprising. But anyway, between the red dwarf gourami and the blue ones in the background, the pearl gouramis are doing just fine, all three of them. And here's the blue one. I love the coloring. And the plants seem to be doing well here also. We've got actually 2 baby stems coming up, and I'm debating what to do about that, whether they haven't developed much in recent weeks, but whether to anchor them somehow and let the roots take root and then separate them from the parent plant, or just let them go this way. Any comments on that would be most welcome. What else can I add here? I think you've just about seen it, and like I say, we have counted 3 of those baby peppered catfish, and they seem to be doing very well. They've grown nicely, and here's one of the baby platies growing up very nicely, and you see the the gold wag baby platies growing nicely. So this tank really has given a lot of protection to those young fish, and I'm very pleased with it. The plants do well, the fish do well, and Like I say, in recovery from the surgery, it's really been a pleasure to sit back and just watch. And like I said last time, we were just thrilled to find baby catfish. Wow, how cool is that, right? Anyway, hey, thank you for joining us. Here's one of those pepper catfish right here, one of the adults. There's probably about 6 or 8 of them, so they've got a nice school. And the babies have been out among these plants here. And when they're out, we're usually out together. Hey, thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this update. And just know that I'm doing well in recovery. And Ray is also challenged, we said, medically. Keep him in your prayers, please. And we'll give you updates in the days to come. From Ray and Jim, Tropical Fish here, 60 years friends in New Jersey, Central Jersey. Thanks for visiting.